Good evening, everyone. Today we're just gonna make some morning glory. Very simple veggies. We start with oil, a hot pan. We'll use olive oil. I'm gonna put there we go, and have some garlic. I'll put in there. Some roasted garlic, but you can just do regular garlic. And toast it up. Toast that up. So, besides the garlic, I got my, let's see if you can see this way, morning glory. So I cut the stems because the stems are going to cook a lot longer than the leaves. And they come in bunches. I'm going to have cilantro stems. So you just grab the ends of it, stems, some green onions. Lime. We're gonna do some sesame oil and what do you call it? Oyster sauce. And that's it. So cooking away. Okay. All right. You always want to toast garlic. That brings out the aroma in garlic. Now I'm going to put some green onions in there. Toast that lightly. The green onions don't need to be fully cooked. And just toasting it a little bit will also bring out the flavor. Now you're going to take the stems and put it in there first. Turn down the heat a little bit and I'm going to put on the lid. Oops. And let it cook until it's slightly tender and it's ready. Alright, the only way you're going to tell is you're going to take one stem and eat it and see how it tastes. Looks nice, but it probably isn't ready yet. Though if it bends like this, see how it bends a little bit? That usually means it's almost ready. If it's not bendable or pliable, it's probably not ready yet. That's one way to tell for sure. So you're gonna stir it a little bit. And see, I haven't put any of the oyster sauce or soy sauce or whatever you're gonna put in there, because you want to leave the sauces to the end so that you don't have to use so much of it. So. Almost, but not quite. You almost want it. Actually, it's not too bad. I think it's ready. So now that I'm ready for that, I'm going to put the rest of it in. And it cooks down a lot, so that's why you need a wok or you need something to let it cook. Because it's going to kind of probably dwindle down to a third of what you put in there. put a lid on it for a little bit. Alright, cook for a little bit, see how it's nice and wet. Now, I usually like to use a tongue just to help shift it around because the bottom's cooked, the top isn't, so you want to just kind of fold it. That. And you probably, when it's almost ready, that's when you want to put the, see how it's nice, looks like it's almost ready. That's when you want to start putting the sauces in there. Let's put some sauce in there. So we're going to start off with just oyster sauce. And if you don't like oyster, you can put soy sauce. Now some people aren't so fond of oyster sauce. You can also get the oyster sauce that it doesn't contain oyster, but contains just a vegetarian oyster sauce, or hoisin sauce is another one that people like to use. So use the tongs to kind of spread it around a little. And that'll let it soak in there. See how it's already dwindled down a little bit. So I'm gonna let it cook a little bit with the lid on, and then afterwards we'll put the sesame oil at the end. You kind of want to put the sesame oil at the end because you don't want to cook the sesame oil. It's kind of like oil, you don't want to burn oil. So we'll wait for a second. All right, should be ready. Next, no smell-o-vision, but I can smell it. So sesame oil, you always want to use either black or 100% pure sesame oil. In there, take your tongs thing and just swish it around. And see, it's already all done. Very quick. Delicious. That is really pretty much it. And what I do is I put a little cilantro. I love cilantro. I know people hate it. You don't have to put cilantro. I love cilantro. And squeeze a lime at the end. And that's pretty much it. In Vietnamese culture, we like to eat this with lime and fish sauce. So you take the lime and just add a little fish sauce to it. I like this brand, which is the Three Crab brand. Just add a little bit, and that's it. It's not much, and then what you do is you eat this with rice. You take some of that, you'll dip it in there, and then you eat it over rice, and that's it. And this is my favorite. That usually I need some meat with my food, but when I make this Morning Glory, I don't have to. I can eat this by myself and be vegetarian in a sense. And that's it. Voila. Bon appetit.